Entry and exit drive economic profit to zero in the long run in perfectly competitive markets. This may seem kind of counterintuitive. Why would a firm stay in a market when its profit is zero? Well, the key here is to recognize that economic profit is not the same as accounting profit. We both agree that profit is residual. It's the difference between total revenue and total cost. However, accountants admit many implicit costs when they measure total cost. Implicit costs include the owner's foregone wages, interest, and whatever accounting profit you could earn elsewhere when the owner provides resources to the firm but does not receive a payment by contract in return. For example, the wages that the owner could be making elsewhere is an implicit cost. The owner suffers the opportunity cost but does not submit a bill to the firm to cover it. Another example of an implicit cost to the owner is the interest the owner could be making if the owner sold the assets owned by the firm and invested the proceeds elsewhere. Economists, on the other hand, we include all costs, including the implicit cost. This gives us a first approximation for the difference between accounting profit and economic profit. Accounting profit can be thought of as total revenue less total explicit cost. Now, this is not exactly true. This oversimplifies accounting profit because accountants do include some implicit cost. For example, accountants include depreciation, even though it's implicit. The push to use mark to market or fair value accounting also shows that accountants are moving to consider more implicit cost rather than explicit cost on their balance sheets. Now, talking about explicit cost can be thought of as bills the firm must pay. Explicit costs are measured by bills and invoices submitted as parts of contracts between the firm and the owners of the inputs used by the firm. We can also measure explicit costs by the checks when they clear. Wages paid to employees, the electric bill, rent paid for land or buildings, and lease payments for equipment are all examples of explicit cost. Economists include explicit costs just as the accountants do, but they also include all of the implicit cost. This concept of economic profit has an important implication. It means that economic profit is equal to zero as a benchmark. When economic profit equals zero, that means the firm is earning a normal rate of return. Since the foregone return has been subtracted when we calculate economic profit equals zero when the owner is earning just as much running the firm as he or she would in the next best alternative. So a normal rate of return means the firm is earning just as much as they would in the next best alternative. It means that the profit the firm is earning is just covering the owner's opportunity cost. On the other hand, when economic profit is greater than zero, the firm is earning more than a normal rate of return. The profit is more than covering the owner's opportunity cost. The owner is better off doing what they're doing than what they would be doing in the next best alternative. Profit less than zero means the owner is earning less than a normal rate of return. It means the return of the profit that the firm is throwing off is not sufficient to cover opportunity cost to the owner. The owner would be better off in the next best alternative. Accounting profit, on the other hand, is not an accurate guide to how well the firm or the owners are doing. Accounting profit can be positive when the owners are earning less than the normal rate of return. For example, an owner working 80 hours a week without a salary who earns an accounting profit of $10 probably has an economic profit less than zero, because she could earn more than $10 working 80 hours a week for someone else. Also, just making an accounting profit that's maybe a big number might not be so big depending on the firm. An accounting profit of $1 million might be great news for a case of restaurant and terrible news for General Motors because Acacia is so much smaller.